Have you ever heard of a kingdom so powerful, so artistically rich, that its influence stretched across West Africa for centuries? A place where stunning bronze sculptures told stories of kings and conquests, and whose very name echoed with power and prestige. Today, we're journeying back in time to uncover the incredible history of the Benin Kingdom, located in what is now Edo State, Nigeria. The story begins around the 10th century, with a people known as the Edo. In their early days, they were ruled by a series of kings called the Ogisos, which means rulers of the sky. Imagine a time of myth and legend, where more than 30 Ogisos reigned over a land called Edo. These rulers laid the foundation for the kingdom's culture and governance. However, the last Ogiso's reign ended in turmoil, and the people, seeking a new leader, looked beyond their borders. They sent a message to the Uni of Ife, the spiritual head of the Yoruba people, asking for a prince to rule over them. The Uni sent his son, Oranmiyan, but Oranmiyan found the Edo people difficult to govern and called the land Ili Binu, meaning land of vexation, which later evolved into Benin. Before leaving, he had a son with a local chief's daughter. This son, named Uika, would become the first Oba of Benin, marking the beginning of a new, powerful dynasty around the 12th century. This was a pivotal moment, the birth of the Benin Kingdom as we know it. Under the Obas, Benin transformed. The kingdom wasn't just a small city-state, it was a burgeoning empire. One of the most famous rulers was Oba Uwere the Great, who ascended the throne in the mid-15th century. Uwere was a true visionary. He was a warrior king who expanded the kingdom's territory significantly through military campaigns. But he was also a master builder. He is credited with constructing massive walls and moats around Benin City, creating one of the most impressive defensive systems in the world at the time. These walls were a testament to the kingdom's organization and engineering prowess. Uwere also reformed the political structure, establishing a system of chiefs and councils that helped him govern the vast empire effectively. He was a patron of the arts, and it was during his reign that the famous Benin bronzes began to flourish. These weren't just decorations. They were historical records, intricate sculptures made using the lost wax casting technique, depicting kings, queens, warriors, and important events. The royal palace became a living museum, its walls adorned with bronze plaques that told the story of the kingdom. The 15th century also brought a new and transformative encounter, the arrival of the Portuguese. When Portuguese explorers first reached the coast of Benin in the 1480s, they were astounded by what they found. They described Benin City as a well-organized, sprawling metropolis with a powerful king. This marked the beginning of trade between Benin and Europe. The kingdom traded goods like pepper, ivory, and cloth for European firearms and metals like copper and brass, which were crucial for creating more bronze art. This relationship wasn't just about trade, it was also a cultural exchange. Portuguese soldiers even served as mercenaries in the Oba's army. For a time, Benin and Portugal had a strong diplomatic relationship, but this dynamic would shift over the centuries as the demand for enslaved people grew and European colonial ambitions intensified. The golden age of the Benin Kingdom continued for several centuries. The military was formidable, the economy was robust, and its artistic and cultural achievements were unparalleled in the region. The Oba held both political and spiritual authority, seen as a divine figure by his people. The kingdom's influence was felt far and wide, making it one of the most respected and powerful states in West Africa. However, the late 19th century brought a dark chapter to this glorious history. By this time, the British Empire was aggressively expanding its colonial reach in Africa. The British wanted to control the lucrative palm oil trade in the region, which was under the Oba's control. Tensions escalated, and in 1897, a British delegation attempted to enter Benin City during a sacred festival, despite being warned not to. This led to a tragic confrontation where most of the British party was killed. The British response was swift and brutal. They launched the punitive expedition of 1897. A force of over 1,200 soldiers marched on Benin City, overwhelming its defenders. What followed was a catastrophe. The city was looted and burned to the ground. Thousands of priceless artifacts, the Benin bronzes, ivory carvings, and royal regalia were stolen. These weren't just treasures. They were the kingdom's history books, its cultural soul, and they were carted off to museums and private collections across Europe. The Oba, Ovenramwanog was captured and exiled, and the independent Benin Kingdom was absorbed into the British Protectorate of Nigeria. This event marked the end of the Benin Empire, but not the end of its spirit. Even under colonial rule, the Edo people held on to their traditions and their reverence for the Oba. In 1914, the monarchy was restored, but with its power greatly diminished under the British administration. After Nigeria gained independence in 1960, the Benin Kingdom became a traditional authority within the new nation. Today, the Oba of Benin remains a highly respected figure, a custodian of the rich cultural heritage of the Edo people. The palace in Benin City, though rebuilt, stands as a symbol of this enduring legacy. And what about the stolen treasures? The fight to bring them back home is a major ongoing story. In recent years, the call for the restitution of the Benin bronzes has grown louder. Some museums have started to return the artifacts, acknowledging the injustice of their removal. This process is a crucial step in healing the wounds of the past and allowing the Edo people to reconnect with their full history. The history of the Benin Kingdom is a powerful story of creation, innovation, and resilience. From the legendary Ogisos to the mighty Obas who built an empire, from the artistic genius of the bronze casters to the tragic fall of the city and its enduring spirit, Benin's legacy is etched into the very fabric of Nigerian and world history. It's a reminder that Africa was home to great civilizations long before European arrival, and its stories deserve to be told, celebrated, and remembered. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of Benin. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into history, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.